I've got my tea. Have you got yours? If not, pause here. Go get one. Right. I trust you've got your tea now. Happy days. Me too. Right, so today we are going to be transplanting some of these babies into my veggie patch, which I don't think you can see from that screen there. So just a little bit from my my personal experience. So as I've said quite a few times, I am just a beginner. I am only in my first couple of 3 years into gardening, so I am still learning as I go. And last year, I really did. I really did know nothing when it comes to sowing last year. I was like, yeah, I'm going to grow some veggies from seed. They're all going to be really successful. I'm going to be able to give all of my friends and family all of the veggies in the world. They won't have to buy any veggies for the whole of summer. Well, I was pretty wrong on that. And I will just quickly apologise. It's very windy here today in Norfolk. I can also see blue skies. It's rainy and it's windy. This is just a typical spring day here for us. But I apologise if my microphone is picking up any of the any of the background wind. So I bought myself just a cheapy 20 quid 4-tier greenhouse thing. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say where I got it from, but you can pretty much pick them up from anywhere, especially this time of year. And I used some of my old plug trays and stuff like this that I had. I went out, I bought a whole load of different veggie seeds and absolutely everything. Came back home here. Obviously, I bought some compost as well. Came back home here, put my little greenhouse up in that corner over there, outside of the greenhouse. This greenhouse that you can't see. So sowed everything, watered everything. And when I say sowed everything, I sowed everything. Some of those seed packets had 2,000 seeds in them, and it must have been about 3 days after I had sown every single seed that I had bought. And I mean, I bought a lot. I'm fairly certain I must have sown in the ballpark of about 6,000 seeds in total from everything that I bought. And yeah, a couple of days after I had done that, I then watched a YouTube video, and someone said, "Just because it's got 2,000 seeds in the packet doesn't mean you have to sow them all." Obviously, that really was a hand to head moment. I couldn't believe how stupid I'd been, but it wasn't all at a loss because I still learned something. Boom. We love a good teachable moment, eh? But I still manage. And oh yeah, and then after I watched the YouTube video, it's watering everything every day, and I'm pretty certain everything had just about started to germinate. Certainly weren't as big as these little guys in here. We had a storm, and I'm fairly certain everyone knows these 4-tier greenhouses I'm talking about. They are not very strong at all, and it was loaded from top to bottom with absolutely everything that I had bought and sown in there. Massive storm come. I think you can guess what happened. And the only way I could salvage it and roughly have an idea of what I had, so the greenhouse had fallen completely over, flat on its front. So I had to take a knife to the back of it. So I literally only had this thing about 2 or 3 weeks. I had to take a knife to the back of it, slice open the plastic, rip it open, and then try and scoop up the seedling trays and the seedlings and everything else. Try putting it back together, and then my lovely other half Billy was like, right, okay, this will not do. So he went out and he bought me this lovely structure that I have here. So I then quickly, they were nowhere near ready to go into the soil whatsoever, and again, because I sowed thousands of seeds, as a result I had hundreds, possibly even thousands of seedlings. So I very, very much rushed and I threw them in my veggie patch. Didn't know anything at all, didn't even think to look up, that how different things grow and how they take different times. Like the speed that radish grows at is unbelievable. So there I am, and I must have had easily 3 times the amount of the radishes that I've got on my shelf here, and this is just my radishes here for today. And I threw them all in the ground all together, and then as a result my radishes were long, thin little things. The same for my cucumbers and my parsnips when I put those in as well. They were terrible. I think the biggest cucumber I got was about that long, and again about that thin, certainly no thicker than a pencil. But we live and we learn, hey. So I think another reason why my veggies weren't that great last year in terms of yield and size is because I didn't do anything to this. I just figured that grass grows there, so surely everything and anything will grow there without too much effort. Well, that is really, really not the case. I still don't even know if I've done this properly for this year, but I've thrown in a couple of bags of compost, shop bought, unfortunately, not any of my own stuff, but compost bin is on the list, and some horse poo from a friend. Fairly certain she owns, fairly certain she owns a horse. If not, she just goes around collecting horse poo. You'll have to let us know, Lauren. Have you got a horse, or do you just collect it? Horse poo, lovely, lovely horse poo. Right, so now I've got all my soil all lovely to go. I'm gonna start off with popping some of my lovely big happy radishes in the ground. Honestly, you can't make this weather up. Literally 5 minutes ago it was raining and hailing like a good one, and now it's a beautiful, brilliant sunshine. What is that about? We get to use the dirt, or well, she's clean. Well, she's a little bit dirty because I have used it this morning. But yeah, we get to properly dirty this marv up now. Let's go. So what the guys say on all the other pro guys and stuff, I don't think this is the tool that I should be using for this, because this isn't doing anything. Okay, so now I've got what I think is an appropriate tool for the job. But even then, I don't think it is, because I'm fairly certain that this is an edge cutter. And a very, very old friend of ours gave this to me pretty much when we first moved in here, so I could cut in some edges and stuff. So I'm going to have a go at using this to dig out some trenches. I think I need to do trenches for this bit. Again, I'm not really sure, but everyone else seems to dig trenches, so and they are successful. So I'm gonna have a go. Right, so I've got out one little trench there. Right, hopefully I've got a better camera angle, and hopefully you can see my little trench that I've put in just down here. I'm not sure what this is. I think it might just be a bit grassy, but I've just found something in my veggie patch. It's not good. I didn't put that there. Right, so now we've got a nice trench in here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll put my radishes in the back, because these guys are anything to go by from last year. Yeah, they're really quite big and tall and bushy, but then I don't know if that's because I didn't give them the space and stuff that they needed. And I've just got my little doodad to help encourage these guys out, because I don't want to pull too hard on their roots. That's their foundations. They need them. Right, lovely. Right, lovely. And now I've got all of these guys out. Oh, let me show you how they look without standing on any of them. So there we go. That is one radish seedling. And then I believe, if I remember correctly from last year, how these grow is this guy will eventually go and get nice round. I think they're round radishes. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But either way, let's put these guys in their new home. Probably don't want to lean too much on that. That is full of horse poo after all. Right, so I'm trying to space these sort of evenly-ish apart. There is every chance I've put them too close together, and unfortunately we won't know if that is the case until it's a little bit too late. Oh, we can pull some of this compost back in, can't we? There we go. I can't find the edge of my greenhouse. Ah! Oh, let my tea go cold. Right, let's pop in the last of these guys. I haven't got space to put all 3 of my trays in. I've barely got space to put 2 of these trays in. So I'm not really sure what to do with the leftover tray I've got here. But one thing I do need to make sure I do, well, I say that these are quite fairly obvious that they're radishes, to be fair. So I should label them. I might not do it on the video though. Naughty. Oh dear. Right. So with these odd little guys, I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do, but I'm just gonna try and evenly space these guys out in the valley bits of my truss. I don't really know what to call them, and we'll just hope for the best on these guys. I'm not going to water these in until I finish putting everything in my veggie patch, because if not, I'm going to end up absolutely soaked. And it's not that, you know, oh my, did I mold if I get wet. I've still got quite a lot to do out here, so that is not how I would like to spend my afternoon, soaking wet. And I'll just take Lauren's poo for now. That sounds cheeky, doesn't it? Right, and last little guy in there. Lally old job. Right, I'll bring you down so you can have a better look. Right, so here we are, our ravishing radishes, all in their lovely new homes. Hopefully they're spaced out enough. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in a few weeks when these guys start to grow. Whee! Next up, I'm going to go with some beetroot. I think I've got 2 or 3 seedlings in each one of these. I've already made my trench there to put these little guys in. Get a little spade out of the way, and I've already got my label there because I am going to go with. I'm going to put all of these in. Oh, these holes are a bit smaller, so we'll push all of these guys out as well. Lovely old job. I have got some more spare littler seedlings of the beetroot, so I might pop them in. And now I've made a mistake here. That's been very silly of me, and that is pushing out my seedlings straight on top of my compost. I can already tell that this is going to go well, and I probably will there. I will probably lose some. But let's show you this little guy here. So this is one of our little beetroot seedlings. Get rid of that clump of mud off the bottom. I don't know how well you can see that, but you've got a lovely purple bit, then the root, and then I believe that how these work is the beetroot, then essentially this bit here just essentially goes kind of similar to the radish, I guess, I think. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's our beetroot season. Let's pop these in their new little home. Right, come on then, guys. Right, here we are, our little beetroot seedlings, and I'll keep an our radish seedlings company. Right, what are we going to add in there next? Broccoli and cabbage and Right, so we're now going to go for broccoli. I've got two trays of these again. Right, I've already learned a lesson from the beetroot. I'm going to push these guys, the broccoli, into a seedling tray, so we can't lose any. Yay! Let's have a look at all of these guys then. So yeah, this is broccoli. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is broccoli. So here we go again. And obviously, because these aren't a root vegetable, like those guys are. So this bit here doesn't, obviously the root and that will grow. But these guys grow up, and then I think the floret sort of like comes out of the middle. Obviously, eventually it'll be a few weeks until we see that point. But this is our little baby broccoli. Ah, give him a new home, shall we? Right, come and meet your new housemates, broccoli. Well, everyone meet their new housemates, I guess. There we go. Are you guys going to have a housewarming party? I think it might be a bit close together. Oh, that's a bit better. So you guys going to have a little housewarming party? You're going to get some drinks in? What are you going to have? Water? You're a bit too young for liquid seaweed and bloodfish and bone, I think. Right, hopefully they're spaced out enough. I'm trying to figure out if I've got enough to warrant another trench, or if I just squidge them in, because I have got, oh god, I've still got mind you, the cabbages won't take up that much space. What to do? Right, I'll squeeze in here what we can, evenly spaced, I think. Hopefully spaced enough, we'll soon find out. These are certainly far more spaced out than everything that I did last year. Everything that I did, that was, you couldn't see compost for radish seedlings down there last year. It was it was so much of a mess that at one point I came out here to try and tame my radishes. And I literally just moved them because they were like up this high. I literally just moved them out of the way, and there was two cheeky little frogs that jumped out of my veggie patch, and there was a newt that decided that was the appropriate place to have a cheeky little nap. Mind you, if he'd managed to get into here from wherever, because I don't think there's much water near where that close to where I live for a cheeky little newt to be scampering about. Right, so I have crammed some of these in a little bit, but I do always have the option. Let's just put you in for you. I doubt you'll make it. That's not very optimistic. You'll make it. Sorry. Right, so here we have our little broccolis. Oh, their new housemates. Woo! And so if I have put any of these guys too close together, it'll soon show sort of in a few weeks when they start to grow bigger and everything else, and I can easily thin these guys out and take a few out. But then if I do end up taking too many out, I have got that amount again of seedlings. It is always better this much. It's always better to sow more than what you need, but I've certainly sown a lot less than I did last year. It's time for our cabbages. I didn't sow anywhere near as many of these as I did everything else. I don't really know why. I'm not gonna lie to you. And this is just how it happened, because I don't know. I have no answer for you there. But either way, let's get making a trench. Let's get these little guys in with their new housemates. Trench ready. But I can't remember where I put everything. Oh my god, I'm all over the place today. And again, got my label, got my seedlings and my doodad. This I didn't need my doodad for these ones. Right, all for those ones. Happy days. Let's put that there so we don't lose it. Right. So these are our cabbage seeds. I think they're greyhound cabbage, like a sweetheart, I believe. A bit like me. So here we go. I'll get back one. This one's got a bit of a blemish on it. We don't want that, do we? There we go. So this our little cabbage seedling, look very similar to the rest of them, to be fair. But I think these ones are quite, again, they're not obviously a root vegetable, they're quite shallow grown, and I think they kind of push out like that, if that makes any such sense. Sound effects will come along, you know, as the plants grow too. We're getting there. Just don't want to kneel on it too much because it is full of horse poo. Very much so full of horse poo. Right, and again, I'm trying to space these out evenly. We'll just have to see how we go. Might need a bit more spacing than that. Certainly lose them in all that blooming compost. I do believe that is all of our cabbages in. Oh, I didn't put that one in very well. There we go. Right, so there we go. That is all of our cabbages. All of our cabbage seedlings in. Still not ready to water them yet though, because we've still got carrots and parsnips to go. Here's a quick look at them. Again, they might be too close together. They might be too far apart. Who knows? We'll soon find out together. Oh, don't they all look happy in their new house? So thanks for watching, much appreciated. I just want to let you know that this one is actually going to be done in 2 parts. There's a couple of reasons for this. It took me a lot longer to plant everything in there than I thought. So as a result, it would be a 40-minute video. That's too much of me for anyone. The other reason is halfway through my microphone died and I didn't realise, so there's going to be a whole bunch of videos that have got voiceover instead of me talking as I'm doing it, so it kind of makes sense, I guess, for a bit of continuity, if you like. And the third reason is it's genuinely taken me longer to edit this video than I thought it would do, because not only am I a beginner gardener, I am also a beginner YouTuber and video editor, and the original software I was using was basically like Duplo, if you like, and it crashed halfway through editing a video, so I've then had to get my head around a different type of software. So please bear with me, and thank you for bearing with me thus far. But anyway, yeah, that's it. It'd be nice if you could come back and see me soon. I'll always be here. Laters, taters.